Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments, and we turn to the world of flesh and blood, the world famous purple box over here for the patron Drippin cards. Dr. Drippin's done some other videos in the past. And just so you all know, you know what this is, right? You know what that says, right? First, this is the set that lured me in and realized that the future was going to be something crazy. This, WTR, as you all know, I was not crazy about Flesh and Blood when WTR came out. I was cautiously optimistic. It wasn't until the second set release. Good old Arc over here with Mrs. Azaria. And of course, all of our fancy rune chant tokens and all the viscera, just all the craziness that happened that lured me in. So today we return to the era where there's first edition unlimited. This is a first edition booster box of one of the rarest Flesh and Blood sets in history. Starting off, ooh, beautiful Whisper for our first foil rare over here. Just so everybody knows, if you haven't been around the block or if you're not familiar with this product, these boxes are very unforgiving. So Drippin cards over here. This patron has done a couple of these in the last few months. They've been okay, nothing crazy. We haven't hit a bunch of fables and god packs or whatever goof, nothing like that. Hey, Blazing Aether, non-foil unfortunately. Not bad, first Majestic. Majestics are a lot tougher than you think to pull on these things. And a foil common over here. Anyways, I just want to lay that out there. And the next thing I want to talk about is, are we aware that these box prices are like within 5% of the all-time high? Don't even get me started on if you wanted to buy a sealed case and the premium on buying a case of these and how impossible it is to pretty much get them. On the open market, these things... Really? I was just saying... Too bad it's not flipping foil, Aether, and then back-to-back Majestic, then a foil Majestic. Okay, and again, most of you out there think it's just a foil Majestic. I've opened Flesh and Blood box all the time. Okay, foil Majestics. Comment below if you understand how rare and how low the print run is on a foil Majestic. On literally a WTR Arc set, which both had the same print run, around that 16,000, 17,000 boxes. I just want someone to comment and somebody to acknowledge, do you realize how rare a foil Majestic is from these original boxes? It is unbelievably rare. Somebody estimate the print run and comment it below. And I'm sure it'll get buried with a bunch of memes and taco stuff, but still, these boxes remain very expensive. The supply is laughably low. Hey, wow, super rare right after that. Relic coming in, okay. Foil infamous 0 to 60 common over here. Beautiful little robe on the old common slot there. A bunch of commons and Mr. Kato in the back. Yeah, so these boxes are just unforgiving, man. Like, I'm just hoping we get a good cold foil. And remember, this is the set that not only do you have the cold foil gear and the fabled, but hello, you got Command and Conquers. I'm pretty sure this is the original printing of Art of War. You have some insane pulls in potential from Art. And here we go, going into foil common. That is not one of the insane pulls, unfortunately. And that is just, that's a beautiful thing, man. I tell everyone all the time, the print run is so low in a 2023, 2024 standard era of what we would expect supply to be. And yeah, the box prices, not only, remember, Flesh and Blood, just so everybody knows, was literally, oh, that's so cool looking, foil rare. I thought it was our first foil rare of the video. I don't think people realize, but Flesh and Blood was the first CCG to recover from the crash of at the end of 2021 going into 2022. Flesh and Blood went through a bear market for about 12 to 18 months straight. Remember, the peak was May of 2021 when Monarch came out, crypto was an all-time high, all that stuff, remember? And then as time went on, Flesh and Blood, as with, well, everything, the prices of everything tanked. Just everything got repriced after the COVID boom. Everything was just falling apart. And everything was just repriced lower and lower for months and months. People were dumping collections. People were dumping everything. Stores were unloading everything. People were quote-unquote giving up. Everything. Well, Flesh and Blood enjoyed its boom, the glory days. Everything's over with, right? And this is a good time to pause the video and remember, Drippin cards, you get one card graded by PCG over here. Here's an example of a nice little sketch card over here that we have authenticated by the old PCG with the metal labels and everything. So keep that in mind. If you want to try out PCG, here's our sample Magic the Gathering card over here. The old, anything above a 9 gets the gold engraved label. Absolutely beautiful over here. So keep in mind, if you guys want to try us out, use coupon code TACOS. Send in 20 cards, pretty much get a card graded for free. Try us out. So anyways, now that I've told you the sponsor of this video, which is myself and the company that I have ownership in, and we're back to the video here. And I just, full rare. I just don't think people realize that Flesh and Blood was, our bauble, our first crack bauble in the video. I don't know, nobody understands, like history is gonna forget things like that. When Magic and everything was falling apart, Flesh and Blood was the first game to turn. It was the first one, everybody. Foil common and the hood over here. Nothing exotic yet. Hey, again, we're only halfway almost here. But it was the first one. It was unbelievable. I just remember the negativity. Oh, yeah, Flesh and Blood never come back. The bubble burst. It's over with. And here we are. Good old original printing Command and Conquer. Ladies and gentlemen, majestic. It is not foil, unfortunately, though. Not bad, dripping. First edition CNC. Not foil. If it was a foil, it'd be really pumping them. But that's pretty awesome, man. An Aether, and that's pretty awesome, dude. All right, and of course our foil is just a common there. Very nice. Again, like I said, not only do you have epic majestics in this set, an amazing cold foil. You have hearts in cold foil in this set. We've got what, Striders? Oh, hearts, by the way. Teklo, not Heart of Findle. You've got, oh my God, there's just, I think, don't you have Teklo hearts? Don't you have Grasp in this Arknight? Oh man, there's just so much goodies in this product. That's why it's rare and expensive, everyone. And a foil common and a little robe over here and Viscera in the back. But yeah, it's just kind of an amazing thing. You know, I haven't been doing a lot of Flesh and Blood videos in the last probably 30 days. Been so busy catching up with everything between Rudy eating crayons, the Sorcery launch, the Magic the Gathering, and everything happening. I have not, Spark of Genius. I have not given any updates and information. Oh, I thought it was cold foil. On the Flesh and Blood world. I should. There's a lot happening in this new heavy hitter set coming out in like 30, 60 days from now, which I don't have a lot of information on it. I don't think there is a lot of information out there. I think the big Flesh and Blood event in New Zealand, they're going to be discussing and revealing a lot of that. Here we go. Oh! It's common. It's common. I saw a cold foil. I was like, oh God. Cold foil bullseye bracers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a quick scan of how the card looks over here. We have, looks like a little off-centered going that way. We can see that, how the corners, these things are always brutal. The front looks really nice, but it's always the little nicks in the corners, right? It's always what it is. Yep, the same little nicks, always on cold foil corner. Very nice looking card. Hey, you know, on these original sets, I'll be honest with you, we can complain about only getting a cold foil common. But even then, these cold foil commons from the original sets are still, most of these things are probably, I'd say even on the low side, $50 to $100. In the high side, maybe a couple $100, even for a common. And yes, it is possible to get more than one. It is unlikely, but it is possible. We got a hood over here. So far, pretty normal box right now. Best thing I can say about it, we do have a foil Blazing Aether. We do have a cold foil common. We do have a Command and Conquer too. And we're only halfway through the box, so there is odds that we can still find some really neat goodies here. And we got a Voltic for the common, and the hood over here, and a little dash in the back. But anyway, I want people to remember, since a lot of times in passing, that Flesh and Blood was the first CCG to really bounce from the bear market and money started flowing back into it. And it was crazy about, that beautiful Sun's Kiss. It's crazy because, like, that's like the thing you would not expect to happen, right? Like, that's the thing you would expect the least to happen. The new card game that was in the biggest bubble ever, you know, after the Monarch boom and bust, you would expect that it would take longer for the overall market or the game to come back, and it didn't. The amount of the player base and the strength of this thing has just been absolutely mind-boggling. The events around the world and the turnout and just, the organized play has just been wild. Yeah, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, folks. That's how it all kind of unfolded. Ooh, I love that. Dude, Flesh and Blood, anything with purple or blues on foiling just comes out. It just pops, man, on the foiling. It's wild. So I'm gonna call this one looking like an average box opening here, Dr. Drippin'. I'm not seeing a complete insane home run with a bunch of fables and goof. Super rare tome. All right, it's a nice little change of pace. And a Sikkim foil common. I don't even think, because I think you only get one foil Majestic per box, right? Is it one or two? So we may get one more foil. I thought it was just like one because they're so difficult to pull. Rare, rare, and the headshot with that great foiling on there. I don't think there's a lot of opportunity for anything else in here, but as we wrap up the video, I just want to kind of talk about a little bit more, like for example, the most recent Flesh and Blood sets and kind of some of the money flowing into the old. Oh, another tome! Wow, back-to-back super rare tomes, and I love the moon. Oh, beautiful foil common. Not worth much at all though, but first edition foil common is always a beautiful thing, everybody. And remember, this product only has a print run of around like 16, 17,000 boxes, of which I'm not really sure how much is even left sealed in the world at this point in time. Because when I go online, I look at TCG Player eBay, for sealed boxes or sealed cases, and it's just so absurdly low. And here we go, into the close, foil rare, take a cover, nothing hiding in the back except Mr. Rune Blood over here by the infamous Steve Argyle. Dripping, average opening. Best thing I can say, we did get a CNC. You did get a foil Blazing as the actual foil Majestic. We did get a cold foil. Can't really complain about that. I mean, we've done videos on this channel where some pages didn't even get any cold foils in a WTR box, an ARC box. I mean, we've had some nasty openings. This one's going to be, I'm going to consider pretty average. We did get a couple decent hits. And remember, folks, people who kind of don't understand the pricing and expensive stuff on these original boxes, when you go on TCG Player and you see like, oh, why is Rudy excited about a Command & Conquer or this Bullseye? It's like pennies. Make sure you are looking at the first edition or the cold foil. Make sure you're looking at the right versions and right things. I always see a lot of confusion on old Flesh and Blood box openings where people are like, why are they all wound up over a foil Majestic in this box? Isn't that just like $1? No. Foil Majestics from WTR or ARC, you may be looking at non-foil and maybe unlimited edition WTR or unlimited ARC, because a lot of other people, when I went to events in the last few years and talked to other people, I had no idea how high and how much the demand was for a lot of those foil Majestics. They're not legendaries, they're not fabled, they're not even cold foil. It's just, it really is an absolutely wild thing. So as far as the overall Flesh and Blood world, like I said, I just haven't been able to catch up with everything, dealing and just kind of monitoring the old Premier card grading here in Florida, and of course handling the big Sorcery launch, the MetaZoo Crayon launch, and of course the Magic with all the Lord of the Rings special and Ixalan has just been nonstop crazy. Even Pokemon, it's just a lot of behind the scenes happening with Pokemon that you guys haven't seen yet or aren't aware of. I haven't published the particular video announcing and revealing my position and what's going on with Pokemon, with the ETBs and Scarlet Violet going to 0 kind of thing. So a lot of moves behind the scenes, a lot of accumulation. The collection buying, I even had a really good Flesh and Blood collection buy probably about a month or so ago. I haven't even published that video. Bunch of cold foils. I think, godly, it has to be 20, 30 cold foils or something of all the original old stuff, even with some sealed product. And then I even had a Magic collection that I haven't published yet, where I actually was able to get some MetaZoo serialized cards for the first time ever. Since the prices have finally tanked so much, I can finally get some. Holy smokes. Remember, MetaZoo is dead. If you have any serialized MetaZoo cards, make sure you sell them to me before it goes negative and steals your wife's boyfriend. AlphainvestmentsLLC at gmail.com. I pay 1.3 cents on the dollar. Nah, I'm kidding. 2.3 cents. So that's all I have to say. Obviously, always proud of Flesh and Blood, LSS and James, the whole company, and how far they've come. And I don't say it enough. We haven't brought up Flesh and Blood enough recently, but it's been such an honor to be able to help them and raise awareness. And at the beginning, all the videos, and just get the name out there. And we had the boom and bust of the Monarch and all the supply manipulation and some bad things and players that happened. But overall, it's just been amazing that speed bump and that black eye on the fab world was overcame, and how much further we moved ahead, and how it's been a beautiful thing, and it's really been just something that will go down in history, and hopefully a lot of YouTube and videos and stories, it gets remembered, doesn't get lost in time, like a lot of things from the early 90s and Magic and Pokemon when it started. A lot of these small stories and things, it's just not shared and it's not recorded, so it gets lost in time, So future Flesh and Blood is obviously very bright, and we're excited to see what happens. And thanks for watching, everybody. Dripping, I'm assuming you're going to want the cold foil slabbed. But if you do want the Aether in Command and Conquer or anything, just let me know. Obviously, I'll take care of you on that. Have a beautiful day, and we will be doing one more Arcane First Edition box from Mr. Drippin here probably in the next week or so. Then I'll be honest with you, I don't have many of these boxes left, so I'm not sure, even if he wants to do more or anything, I'm not sure we're going to be doing any more of this product ever in general for box opening. Maybe we'll do like a box opening a year or something. I just can't emphasize enough. I don't really want to get rid of the last few cases I have, even if patrons are offering to pay for it, because it's just, I can't get more of it. Nobody can. And again, go on TCG Player. Look at the prices of these. I think you can buy maybe 3 boxes of this, maybe 4, and then the price jumps to some outrageous $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a box. You just can't get it. And people who do have it, they're just not willing to let it go. So thanks for watching, folks. Beautiful world out there, as always. Make sure you're spending it with good people to help better your life. You're always learning and doing some good things. And have a great day.